You know, time is literally the biggest illusion ever. Like, ever. You know, we've been given this illusion that there are 3 states of time: the past, the present, and the future. We've also been given this illusion that time ticks. You know, moments turn to seconds, and time has been quantified, you know, into milliseconds, seconds, microseconds. No, milliseconds, not microseconds. What am I talking about? Apologies. I need my coffee. I need my espresso to wake up. But there are microseconds on there. For some reason, I think it does exist. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Regardless, it's not really. It's all fictitious anyway. But time has been broken down into bits, right? Quantifiable bits. But each quantifiable bit can be further broken down, and there isn't a ultimate truth in this system. What do I mean by that? Nobody can tell you for certain what a micro or a millisecond is. And when you break it down, oh, it's 1/10 of a second, it always reverts back to the previous stage, right? So what is a millisecond? It's a 100th of an hour. No. What is it of itself? Do you understand? Like a vein of blood is a vein of blood in of itself. Yeah? It's perhaps not the best example to use, but I'm just trying to make a point. Everything has to have its own foundation and structure or to stand on. You know, so what is a millisecond? A millisecond is a blah blah blah, you know, but then it's a calculation we're given. A calculation is just that. It's a calculation. It's not a fact. Because what if you don't know what a second is? Now if we go back to what a second is, it reverts back to the previous stage. Oh, it's of a minute. Okay, what's a minute? It reverts back to the previous stage of an hour. And then we go to, oh, it's a fraction of a day. So the day is what's been broken down. But if you live in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere, we don't have equal days and nights, right? And at 24 hours, it's not necessarily, it's theoretically a day. But there are minutes and seconds floating on each side of it, because you can't quantify what a day actually is. Or of a month, of a year. And there's always these carry-on numbers, because it's not fixed, which means that you are trying to understand something that you don't understand. So you are theorizing to make it fit. Because if it was something that fit, then it would just fit. It would just be like, yeah, it's a of that period. I don't know if I'm being clear, but we'll get back to that. But let's go back to the 3 stages of time: the past, present, and the future. Now, most people think that there are 3 states of time. No, there isn't. There is just one, and the one is the present. That's it. That's all that exists. Yes, things happen on the screen. So imagine you're standing still. I watched a really good movie on my way back from Dubai. I can't remember the title, but it's with that guy from he was like one of the protagonists in Black Panther. He was from another faction, and he was some sort of like person that granted life to people. So he chose, and you know, you would live or die, and you had to like prove yourself and stuff like this. It's a very, very good film. I can't remember the title of it. I think it was one of these indie movies. So there was a character whose time had come, and he said he wanted to experience the beach or something. So he created a sort of like beach type environment, and the scene kept changing. It was like a projector screen and he was in front of it and it kept changing, right? That's exactly how time works. You are in a fixed place, which is the present. Everything around you is what's moving. Yes? So time, like in terms of events and things like that, they happen on the screen of space and they pass and they go. Then another one replaces it. Biologically, yes, your body will grow. It will change, right? It will change because it's that your body itself is on a journey from birth to decay in the present moment. Just like how a wave is born, it rises up and it crashes, right? You are no different from a wave. You are no different from a wave. It rises up, it's born, and it crashes, but it all happens in the present. The wave didn't rise in the past and then become really big in the present and then crash in the future. It all happened in that one frame of time, which is the present. As you were observing it, can you break down the wave and say, oh, that happened in the past and that may happen in the future? Absolutely not. It's insanity. You are the same. You are the same. So the birth of the wave is your childbirth, you know, you're born, blah, blah, blah. Everything, yes, you're a different type of wave. And because you are in the wave, it seems longer to you. But if you're observing it objectively, it just rises and it falls in the present moment. There is no past, there is no future. You can't, thinking about the past and the future is madness. And we all do it, but it doesn't make sense. It's illogical, very illogical. But you know, or the formation of a cloud. You know, you're looking at a cloud, you know, and it forms and it gets big. But can you say that, oh yeah, that bit was in the past and then that bit was in the future? No, it happens kind of like there and then. do you see what I'm trying to say? It's all in the present moment, you know. But here's the kicker. So here I'm gonna mind fuck you a little bit. So a lot of people believe in the religion we call scientism, which is a faith-based religion, but we'll talk about scientism another time when I'm in a very jovial mood, because I find it so fascinating. But you know, people play with, they think like, oh, it's possible to time travel, and they believe in all this other, these crazy concepts like aliens and stuff. But today we're just going to talk about time travel. So let me give you an example. So say for instance a person travels from the future, the year 5100, or an alien comes to Earth from another galaxy traveling 1,000,000 trillion light years, right, or whatever, and they end up here. Yeah, that means they have traveled from the future to the present moment. Yes? Because they've arrived, right? Which means, guys and girls, the future and the present are happening simultaneously. Do you get it? Because there is only one future, right? It's cold. I need to put my thing on. There is only one future, and there is only one past, and there's only one present. It's universal, yes? So if somebody has traveled from the future or future timeline to now, that means there is no future. it's side by side. Yeah? And the same also applies if they travel in reverse, because they've come to the now, present moment, right? All that exists is distance. Yes, we can create distance in the vastness of this 3D reality, but distance is not time. Distance doesn't equate to time. You know, they've given us time zones and stuff like that, but it doesn't really mean much. You know, when the sun is not in your area of the world, it's night, and if it's not in my area of the world, it's day. You're not ahead in time or behind in time. It's just that the sun is not there. That's it. That's it. It has nothing to do with anyone being in the future or whatever. It's rubbish. So the future and the past and the present is all one thing, man. We are standing in front of a screen called the 3D reality, or the screen of space, and the scenes just change. The projections change. And guess what? The projections actually come from your mind. It's you. Everything around you is you. Everything around you is you, man. Trust me. Everything around you is a projection of your own mind and your own perception. Trust me. You are generating the images, you are operating the images, and eventually you will destroy the images. That's what you do. That's your purpose here. That's your purpose here, man. That's all you do. One of your purposes anyway. So you can control what you project onto the screen. You absolutely can. You can choose to see what you want to see. Yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. It's your experience at the end of the day. But there is no point sitting there thinking, oh shit, I missed the thing on the last screen. Oh fuck, man, it's gone. Oh shit, what am I gonna do now? Oh, my life is over. But whilst that's all happening, the screen is still playing. You're just wasting more time of your experience, because eventually, bro, it will be over and you'd have to leave, or consciousness will have to leave your body. Then your ego and your body will all collapse into a heap of dust. From what? From where it came. It was dust before anyway. Do you understand? So these are just a couple of things for you to really ponder. You have to let go of anxiety, you have to let go of worry, you have to let go of depression, you have to let go of all those things. Like, yeah, maybe you don't know how it's gonna work out, but shit, just feel it. Feel like, essentially, you're watching a screen, something's happening, you're in a, or whatever, and it's, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You saying what am I gonna do and worrying and screaming and shouting and all this, and nerves and anxiety and fear and worry and all these things is not gonna make you find what to do. When have any of those things ever given you like something to do? Like giving you the way out? Never. Nothing. It's impossible. You know, it's absolutely impossible. So I will say, just relax and breathe into it. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. The moment hasn't come yet. The moment of impact has not come yet. But just let it come. Let the moment just come. And whilst you're waiting for the moment to come, Use your mind. Oh God, apologies. Insomnia sometimes it just yeah. Anyway, breathe into it and then brace yourself for impact. But whilst you're bracing yourself, use your mind to project the outcome you want and believe it. Believe, believe, believe. As Anthony Hopkins would say, believe, 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 believe. And I promise you, by the time you open your eyes, it wouldn't even be 1/10 as bad as you thought it would be. You're just afraid of your own shadow. You're afraid of your own boogeyman that you created in your own mind. Like, you are so powerful that you actually scare yourself. You're so powerful that you've created these boogeymen, and then you turn around and you look at them and you're like, ah, fuck, and then you run away from them, failing to recognize that you created them yourself. This is why I always say you need to go back to consciousness. You are the power. You are the source. You are connected to source energy. You are the creative force itself. You are a conduit of light itself. Without you, all of existence ceases to exist in your universe. Let me say that one more time. Without you projecting your universe, when you die or you're not there anymore, you cease to exist, it collapses into nothingness, it's gone. But you're gonna say, oh yeah, but the world is still gonna go on. How the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know you're dead? How do you know? How you bog down about what's gonna happen after you're dead when you don't even know whether it's gonna be here when you're dead, when you're not alive? Like, come on, it's silly. Everybody inhabits their own world, their own universe. One verse. Yeah, one. So from your perspective, when other people die, you might see it, blah, 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 da, da, da. But these are all projections in your reality, in your universe. Yes. In your universe, you will go through all those motions. You experience life, birth, death, pain, loss, suffering. Yes, it's part of the rules of the game. Part of the thing you had to sign up to say, okay, I'm going to go and play Life Volume 2 is Life Volume 2 includes pain, suffering, pain, suffering, loss, death, birth, happipiness, ecstasy, joy, laughter, peace, balance, zen, strength, character. It's all part of it. So when you experience those things, you are experiencing your own experiences. Do you get it? But when you, the observer, is no longer the game is over. You're plugged out. You're out. It doesn't exist. You're back to the arcade. Think about this. I take my kids to the arcade all the time to go play video games, whatever, right? My son, he loves the MotoGP thing. He's actually really good. Like, no jokes. He's actually like he's wiped the floor with me a few times, and I'm pretty good. Like, I actually ride bikes in real life, and I thought, oh yeah, you know, it'll be easy. And this boy just anyway. So when he's playing the game, right, and he's Rossi or Marc Marquez or whoever, he's Marc Marquez. And I'm Rossi, or I'm Marc Marquez, whatever, yeah? And we're racing. In that moment, yes, we are plugged in. I might fall off the bike. I'm like, I might not feel it in my physical body. But imagine if the game had some sort of like haptic response. I would feel it, like, I just fell off the bike. The guy just crashed in front of me. Blah, 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 blah. This happened. But say, for instance, I crash in the game and I die, and my chances are over. My goals are done, then I'm dead. It's finished. The game's finished for me. So all those experiences, everything just collapses into the arcade game again. The wave just collapses. It's done. Finished. Back to ocean. There's nothing more. All the things that happened in the game remain. It's gone. There's no going back. Even if I went to plug myself back into the game, it wouldn't take me back to where I was. It would be a completely different game, completely different experience. Do you see? I just want to reiterate this point because I really need you to get it. Like, if you're playing the video game, let's imagine we're playing an arcade game, but it has a really good haptic response to, think of Ready Player One, the movie, you know, the kit that the guy had, and it's all plugged in and is this and that, fully immersive, right? So when you feel pain, you feel everything, right? And we're going through it, blah blah, and then something happens and you die. You wake up in your bedroom or whatever it is, right? The game is done. So all my friends in the game, right? But hear me out. Not other conscious beings I'm playing the game with. My friends in the game, the NPCs in the game, like, or even like my real life friends I was playing the game with or whatever. I've left them behind. Whatever's happening with them, I would never know, and it doesn't even matter because it does not exist anymore. Do you understand? Because they are on their own missions as well. And their perspective will be in their own universe, their own unique experiences anyway. So it's done. So when you're not here, the game is over. Right? So you should never fear like death or like, you know, want to save yourself from death and FOMO and this and, you know, oh, bro, there's nothing to miss. Like, you're not going to miss anything because once you go, the lights are turned off here. Like, you're back to the arcade. You're back to the arcade and you're just there staring at the arcade gamers going, oh, insert another coin. You know, insert another coin. Yeah. Is that real, man? Is that real, guys? Wow, I just saw a very unique police vehicle, like a brand new Mercedes thing. It's police car, crazy. Anyway, it's all you know, so don't waste time on the projection too much. Focus on what you want to create and create it. That's it. That's all you can do. That's all you can manage. That's all you have control over. You know, anything else is immaterial. It doesn't even matter. You know? And then if the screen, something happens and it's gone, it's happened and it's gone. That's it. Your focus is the ultimate power. You know when they say where energy goes, where attention goes, energy flows, right? And energy is the creative force. So when you sit there and you're putting your energy in the wrong things, you know, you're focusing on the screen that's just come and gone, you're just wasting your energy. Your energy is just flowing into nothingness. Just like flowing out of you, like it's pouring out of you, pouring out of you, pouring out of you. You know, that's all that's really happening. It's just pouring out of you. You know, when that energy could be used to project different images onto the screen that you actually want to see. You know, what's happening here? Traffic is a mess. Oh, crash. Big crash. Big motherfucking car crash. BM driver as well. Bro, what were you thinking? What was he sleeping or something? My God. Jeez, at least they're alright. Yeah, so focused attention is creative power, time is an illusion, and you live in a simulation. Yeah? The end.